What's going on, all you HBO enthusiasts out there? Your two favorite Colin Farrell fans are back today, and we've got a great TV review for you guys. We're talking about the HBO original miniseries that just wrapped up back in November. It stars the Academy Award nominee Colin Farrell. It also stars Kristen Milotti. We're talking about The Penguin.
Trust me, it's just the beginning.
There, of course, we're back returning, talking about a brand new HBO series. Not really brand new at this point. I'm a little late to the game, but I finally got around to watching The Penguin. Of course, the spinoff from Matt Reeves' The Batman that came out in 2022. If everybody remembers third act, catastrophic event to Gotham, and it picks up the pieces with Cobb, the Penguin himself, played by Colin Farrell, unrecognizable but incredible in this role, and dealing with the two crime families, of course, Falcone and Maroni, Falcone and Maroni family. And of course, Oz worked with Carmine, and the setup of the first episode is his son getting whacked by, of course, Oz and trying to cover it up, and the underworld of crime and grit and much, much more.
I loved what they did with this show. They made it a mob show. Right up my alley, right up your alley.
Of
Big
course.
Sopranos fans, of course. Matt Reeves involved with this, HBO. It's got all the makings of a great mini series and
Varsity
probably a
athlete?
continuing series. Yes, the makings of a varsity athlete.
That's what
Right,
they're going to
exactly.
say.
I know, right? What a surprising miniseries here. I figured it would be good. Colin Farrell was great in the movie, but we didn't really get a lot of his character in the movie. So this series really fleshes out Oz Cobb for everybody. And I really loved what they did here, teaming him up with Victor Aguilar. That character, that up and coming kind of, he's kind of like a kid that's looking to get into the crime world. He likes making money and being able to provide for his family. And Oz takes him under his wing, and we see that relationship form early on in the series. And that's when you start to, sympathize with Oz Cobb's character. He also, loves his mother and wants to take care of her. And, it just so happens that there's a lot of, crime that he's involved with. He's looking to rise through the ranks in Gotham. And speaking of Gotham, a whole character of its own in the show. And man, it looked fantastic. And like we talked about, it looked pretty familiar to both of us.
But yeah, the show just was incredible, from start to finish. I think that what really stood out about it, it's not your normal like superhero kind of show or movie. There's a lot of layers to this, with, crime, the underworld, everything that Oz has been through, like a backstory about him, where he is today, having to do with his family, his mother. I mean, there's a lot to this show, and that's just really incredible writing. It makes you care, even if you're not a fan of like Batman and the Batman universe. You really care about this series, much like The Sopranos, right? Crime and all these characters that are broken, and you're getting to know them one by one. And as the show progresses, you just get further involved with these characters, and that's how I felt watching 8 episodes in 2 days. Even my wife fell in love with this. It was like, "Are we watching another one?" I'm like, of course, because it's damn good. And yeah, just a lot of great characters. I did love Victor Aguilar's arc in the show, having to do with his family, having to do with the catastrophic events led by the Riddler in the movie. What happened to, Victor's family, why he's where he is today, working with Oz as his driver, and there's a lot of depth to his character as well.
There's a lot of depth, and with it being the Penguin and in the Batman universe, you ask, do we see the Batman? No, we don't ever see the Batman. Robert Pattinson doesn't show up, and he doesn't need to. This is all about Oz Cobb, and it's also about Sophia Falcone, which I didn't know beforehand and didn't understand like what we were going to be in for. Being introduced to Sophia Falcone's character, Kristen Milotti playing Sophia Falcone, seeing how she was in Arkham Asylum, how she was made basically to go insane, and it was all at the hands of her dad, who was played by John Turturro in the movie The Batman, but has been replaced by Mark Strong here in the show. once you get over the fact that they look nothing alike, you accept it. But you really see their relationship and why she turned into this, vindictive, revenge fueled crime boss, really, that she becomes in this. And damn, it's some awesome episodes there introducing her character. And then, yeah, she's given pretty much a whole episode to flesh out her character. And from the beginning to the very end, you see her, and she just knocks it out of the park. We knew Colin Farrell was awesome, but Kristen Milotti, she's going to get a lot of nominations for this as well. And she kind of steals the show there in the middle of this series. It comes back to Oz, but man, that's a hell of a 1-2 punch. Those two together, we see them kind of form a relationship where they might work together. But by the end, you see that they're actually not together. They both want to be number one. So it's interesting the way those characters, both of them, wound up by the end, being pitted against each other. And we see Oz finally don, the comic looking suit, and he's even got a top hat there and everything. So it's pretty cool to see him finally inhabit that look. And now we know a lot more about him, where we saw him in Matt Reeves' film, like seeing him in the next Batman film or the next couple Batman films, it's gonna be more special and more interesting to see what they do with his character and how he works with the other villains and characters from the Batman universe.
Yeah, they really made you care about this character. Like you said in the Batman, not much. He didn't have as much, screen time as, of course, Batman, but this one you really get a backstory. You get to see this character as a young kid, what happened to his brothers, his mom, what he's been dealing with, being involved in crime, working for these, the mob and stuff like that. He's not a good person either, but he has some trauma, a lot of stuff he's dealt with in his life, and hell of a job here by Colin Farrell, unrecognizable in all the prosthetics here. Really knocks it out. Emmy Award winning performance in the show, of course. Sophia Falcone as well, Kristen Milotti, incredible. I've only seen her in How I Met Your Mother. She played the mother, but
Mhm.
haven't seen her much. But yeah, award-winning performance in this series as well as Sophia. Episode 4, I believe, was in Arkham Asylum, which was all about her. Probably one of the best episodes next to the finale. I thought really well done and unsettling at times, and her getting revenge on her family. Clancy Brown, our good mate Clancy, playing Salvatore Maroni. I thought in a few episodes he was in, he was really, really great as a mob boss. A lot of great supporting cast in this as well. Theo Rossi from Sons of Anarchy played the doctor, and a bunch of
Yep.
others as well.
Michael Kelly, Johnny Vitti, he shows up in a lot of shows. He's always great. He was in House of Cards, of
House of
course.
Cards, Doug.
Yeah. Reese Cairo from Entourage showed up in the series. We both recognized him. Michael Zegan as Sophia's brother, Alberto.
Alberto.
Yeah, that was cool seeing him, and that was a really awesome scene. Victor, Oz, and Sophia. And then you had Frances Cobb, played by Deidre O'Connell. I liked, her playing Oz's mom and seeing where she ends up too, and getting the backstory of what happened with the brothers. That was hard hitting and explains a lot with where he's at. You mentioned the prosthetics. He had to sit in the makeup chair for hours a day. It was miserable for him. But I think that obviously he's going to have to look the part. But I think without him actually getting into that, I don't think he would have been able to inhabit the character as much as he did when he has it. Like he fully takes it on. Not only does he look like that in the face, he has the walk, the little like hitch leg. He's got like the metal on his leg. So there's a reason he walks like that. Just all the mannerisms, the way he talks, everything was perfect. It was great. Like we mentioned, it was like another mob series here in Gotham and terrific all around. I was blown away by this. I expected it to be good, but I had no idea it was going to be this good. And everybody involved should feel really strongly about this. And I know everybody that saw it has been clamoring for more. Hopefully, there'll be some more shows. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if maybe we'll get another season after the next Batman, or I hope we do though. They really knocked this one out of the park.
It really did. This is one I want to own for the home collection. I just fell in love with the series. Love the mob crime shows, much like Sopranos and everything else that's come out after that. It really falls into the crime world, really characters you care about. They're good and bad, evil people at the same time, but they have daily struggles like us, like the rest of us, and you really get to see that all the different layers of this TV show. Really incredible writing, great showrunners here, everything across the board. The way it was shot, costume design, music, everything was incredible. The only downfall for this is I slept on this for too long. I should have watched this. Started watching this a while back, but I'm glad I finally got around to watching it, and I want more. I want to see more of this. Hopefully, they bring it back for some more seasons. I'm really excited for the Batman 2 coming out. That being said, I'm going to give the Penguin streaming on Max. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Colin Farrell, unrecognizable hair pieces.
I'm gonna go one better. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 Salvatore Moroni hair pieces.
So I want to hear from all you wild New Yorkers out there. What did you like about the Penguin? What didn't you like about it? Either way, don't worry about it. Leave a comment below.
Make sure to follow along with us on all our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and X, as well as our website, Cinephellas.com, for all the latest and greatest in TV movie news and reviews. Speaking of the DC universe, ooh, we're getting a big trailer this week. James Gunn, Superman, you might have heard about it. We're really looking forward to that. A lot of strong word of mouth positivity coming out of that. And we're going to get our first look. So let's hope it looks awesome, and the anticipation, let it begin after this week. From what we've seen from DC, now that's under James Gunn and Peter Safran, with this being part of the Elseworlds, but still under the DC, a lot of quality is what we're seeing here. And, turning the tides finally. Marvel's had a slump, and, DC's been the losers for a while. So it's good to see them getting back with some quality shows and movies. And we're excited about the rest of the Matt Reeves Batman, universe here that he's created, the movie. And let's see if we get another season of The Penguin. This was really terrific. Don't sleep on it. Thank you guys for tuning in to our review of The Penguin. And until the next Cinephellas TV review, I'm Uncle Henry Cobb.
And I'm Uncle Logan Falcone signing out until the next review for Cinephellas. Cheers!
Cheers!